Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So we're taking a break from our decode one more time. Um, I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to explain a few things and let you guys know where I'm coming from um, and what's going on. So here's the deal. I've been trying to bring attention to, and if you haven't watched the latest two or the videos that I've been doing on this subject, I suggest you watch them. I suggest you watch Behind the Perv. All right. This woman is believed, and by me as well, to be a cult leader. She is infiltrating the Mandela effect community through this guy's channel. He even says, "Oh, some people say you're my boss." Well, why? Why would anybody say that? That doesn't even make sense unless, of course, she is. Now, I got a comment that pretty much sums this up. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. They are definitely in a cult, but it's much deeper and more nefarious than Flat Earth. Flat Earth is just the distraction, the cover story. And loyalty makes us family. I think you are absolutely right. Makes you family, excuse me. I think you're absolutely right. I don't think there's a better way to put it. Now, if we're not careful, the Mandela effect is going to become a cover for the same thing. Think of it like a ship. We're every one of us that's in this community, doing, videos, pointing stuff out, trying to figure stuff out. We're each a compartment. If you think of the Titanic, it had several compartments, or a lot of compartments, so that if one compartment flooded, in theory, they could isolate that compartment from the rest of the ship, and the ship could still float. Well, we could do the same thing. Damage control. Isolate that to that part of the ship. And, but I think it's important to understand how these people operate. All right. So we're going to take a look at this right now. 4 psychological techniques cults use to recruit members. All right. Now, this doesn't have to be necessarily a religious thing. The beliefs of cults and other extreme ideologies are patently bizarre to any outside observer. Well, yeah. Sticking up for PEDOs, having relations with a 14-year-old girl, not asking for ID if the girl was of questionable age, and then saying that, oh, well, you're obviously honest. No, you're obviously not. But despite how strange their beliefs are, and the stereotype, most people who get stuck or sucked into cults are relatively normal and healthy at first. Watching out for these 4 manipulative tactics can help you from getting sucked into cults, scams, and other extreme organizations. All right, so let's go down here. We're going to skip the first part because this is what I'm interested in. Picking the right target. As it turns out, most people can be susceptible to cult influence under the right conditions. Research has shown that people who are the most susceptible to recruitment are stressed, emotionally vulnerable, have tenuous or no family connections, or are living in adverse socioeconomic conditions. New college students are a prime example of good targets for cult members, since they're still forming their identity and have recently been separated from their families. In addition, people who are neglected or abused as children may be easily recruited because they crave the validation denied them in their childhood. There's a bit of a false belief out there that cult recruits tend to be mentally ill, but this usually isn't the case. Cults don't want completely unpredictable people to join. Rather, they want relatively stable people who can work to forward the cult's goal and donate money. Relatively healthy people going through stressful periods, therefore, are their prime targets. Okay, think about flat Earth. Um, these people, and again, I suggest you watch Behind the Perv and do some looking into this. These people first infiltrated the flat Earth movement, and now, like that commenter said, the flat Earth has just become a cover for these people's operations. Now they're pushing themselves into the Mandela effect community. All right, and you think about flat Earth, and if people start talking about flat Earth, a lot of times, people don't want to talk to them anymore. They think they're off their rocker, right? Um, I think a lot of people that are flat earthers could definitely attest to that. I've seen Ron on Just a Voice point this out. Now think about a lot of people. I'm a different case myself because I do know people who are Mandela affected, and I do have people I can talk to who don't think I'm nuts. But a lot of people, don't know anybody who's Mandela affected, or if they are, they won't talk about it, or they'll still say they're nuts. So, some people lose a lot of ties being Mandela affected, and would make some people vulnerable to these people for that reason. Same with flat Earth. That perfectly explains why they're pushing into the Mandela effect community right now. And I don't want to see the Mandela effect become a cover for this crap. All right, so let's move on. Love bombing. I don't think we have to get into that. They just, tell them how much they're loved and accepted. Isolation. Once they've enticed a recruit with approval or the promise of some fulfilling understanding of the universe, cultists then work to isolate the recruit. Often this takes the form of a weekend retreat where the recruit is immersed in the cult's ideology over the course of a few days. Not only are recruits physically isolated from friends and family members who might otherwise provide a reality check, but cults often isolate recruits from outside information. Newspapers, books, TV, and web access are all censored, in ensuring that the only reality the recruit gets to experience is the one presented by the cult. Well, take their AE flat Earth map that's clearly not correct. That's what these people use. Think of the flat Earth conferences. They isolate people there. Now, we'll get into what I'm going to be watching for later. But let's just move on. You could all Mandela effect conferences. Haven't seen any. But I tell you what, if I start seeing Mandela effect conferences put together by anybody with any ties to any of these people, I'm going to be on the first lifeboat off this ship, and I'll explain that. All right. So moving on, and then keeping control is the last one. I don't know that after convincing you they're the best friends you've ever had and bombarding you with the cult's ideology, the cult's next job is to make sure they hang on to you. There's a variety of techniques they can use to accomplish this, but these usually involve iteratively subjecting the cult recruit to terror and love. All right. I don't think we have to keep going there for time's sake. We'll try to keep this a little short. So they get some people that are isolated from, some from their friends and family, flat earth people, Mandela effect people. They suck them in. They take them on, they give them a weekend retreat, like a flat earth conference, like a Mandela effect conference, if that were a thing, if that becomes a thing. That's what I'm watching for. I mean, um, we'll see if it happens. And, you know, um, then they love bomb them, tell them how accepted they are, and then they try to keep them. All right. So if you have one compartment on the ship that's breached, if you can isolate that compartment, you can keep the ship afloat. Most people aren't going to be affiliated with these people. But if they get their claws in any deeper, if they start having Mandela effect conferences put together by anybody that's connected to these people right here, this crazy woman, Karen B., the victim shamer. I don't know if anybody watched that, but she was stumbling and fumbling and bumbling trying to do damage control for that guy. But why? Well, it's because it's what they do, right? All right. So if this actually happens, if they get any deeper in, if I feel like the Mandela effect has become a cover for these guys' PEDO ring, I'll be on the first ship off. I will distance myself. We will distance ourselves from the whole thing. Now, if that means we pull our channel and quit, I don't think so. I think an understanding of the Mandela effect could help some people not get sucked into this nonsense. And we're trying to provide an understanding in what's there. But maybe we'll switch the name of our channel to the Bottomless Well Effect. And we'll start calling these the Bottomless Well Effects, just to put some distance there. That'll probably hurt views, hurt subscriptions. But I think there's other people in the community that would want to distance themselves from that too. So maybe together we could all figure out a different direction to go. If these people get in too deep, I don't think anybody wants to be associated with this stuff. So my suggestion is to damage control it right where it's at. Isolate the compartment. Don't let these people dig any further into the community than they already are. This looks like the face of a woman you could totally trust, doesn't it? And let me just say, they're talking about the flat Earth moon map, which I've seen, and that's just insane. That's easily debunkable. That's not even that's so debunked. But they stick with it. They stick with their fake AE map where the sun goes around, but it's in the wrong place in certain places at the wrong time. So it can't be right, And I'm not arguing that the Earth is flat or it isn't. I'm saying the map they're using is wrong. I'm saying the moon map theory is wrong. Doesn't really matter what shape the Earth is to me at this point. So that's a little bit about cults. That's a little bit about what they do. That's how it connects. That perfectly explains why they're infiltrating the Mandela effect community now. That explains why they infiltrated the flat Earth community. because you could get a bunch of people that are isolated from other people. And some of them probably got quickly isolated from other people when they started talking about their theory. All right. I'm lucky. I don't have that problem. I mean, some people, sure. But, for me, that's not a big deal. Other people aren't that way that I know. And luckily for me, my fiance is very Mandela affected. I don't know about lucky for both of us, or lucky for her to be Mandela affected. I don't know that any of us are lucky to be Mandela affected. We just are. Maybe unlucky to be Mandela affected, but I'm lucky to have people around me who see it and see it the way we do. So that's good. But I don't want to see this go any further. And this is the last I'm going to deal with this for now. And I'm going to get back into our decodes and stuff. And my fiance may want to do a video on this subject herself. I think she does. She's pretty upset about it. She doesn't want to see these people victimize anybody in the Mandela effect community. We don't want to see the Mandela effect community become a cover for their shit. And just seeing them there turn, kind of makes my stomach churn a little bit. But that's just me. So hopefully we can isolate the breached compartment and the ship can keep right on going. But I don't, I'm going to have my eyes peeled for anything fishy beyond that. So hopefully it doesn't go that far. So I think I can let this video go at that. If anybody would like me to take another crack at explaining this, feel free to let me know in the comments, or if you think I did an okay job, let me know. So for now, guys, thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down when appropriate. Thanks for all your comments, leads, feedback, and subscriptions. And thanks for watching, guys. And keep your head on a swivel. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your day.